I want to start off by addressing the elephant in the room.
A huge elephant in this room.
And that elephant is apparently our gay-ass, faggy vocal fry. I am consciously speaking without it in this current moment.
It's all about enunciating. It's all about projecting your voice a little bit more and just, you know, putting on that little zhuzh.
Just speaking in a normal tone. If you're listening to this, odds are you either know us in real life or you found us through our first 2 hugely successful TikToks. And in that first post, we got eaten up.
We got eaten up alive with these voices.
Like, I have never seen so much gay on gay
People
crime.
talk like that? People actually talk like that?
Do gays force each other to talk like this? Have you guys ever been to Brooklyn? It's chicken fried vocals. Yeah, like you're gonna hear it, and like there's nothing you can do about it because this is apparently how we talk. Hey guys, this is Joe Hegyes.
And this is Andrew Muscarella.
And you are listening to Good Children.
Good Children.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sing it, but
we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. Good Children. It got worse.
It did. I was going to say it got better, but I was just going to be like,
it gets worse.
It does get worse. It does.
Good Children is a podcast brought to you by 2 childhood best friends, diving deep into their trauma, their laughter, their joy, their embarrassing years. All the things that make a late aughts, early 2010s teenager so unbearably incorrect as an adult.
Today we're going to be talking about something that's a little bit controversial, something a little bit on the edge.
Underage drinking. So let's just like once again clear the air. Were you an underage drinker in high school?
I dabbled, but I didn't drink more than twice. And every time I drank, I felt a guilt that made me... It was actually not even worth the drinking because I was so sick to my stomach regardless that I was doing something wrong.
Did you ever feel that after masturbating to gay porn?
Oh my God. Yeah, all the time.
Okay. Personally, I don't think I ever in my life underage drank.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that weird?
It's not weird. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. The thing is, you were a good child, and we both were, and we were feeling some sort of sickness there, and it's really...
horror.
But we defended ourselves to the bits.
I mean...
We were not going to drink.
No, I wanted to go to college.
Yeah, of course I wanted to go to college. I wanted to make money.
I respected my parents.
Of course. I wasn't a deadbeat.
Right.
I was going to take a sip of alcohol.
But you did.
But when I did, things got crazy.
And we're going to dive into that and more right now.
Oh, yeah.
We spent most of our high school like weekends together.
Yes.
In a basement.
Always.
That had a fully stocked bar
6
inches behind us. And I didn't look at that bar once.
No, I think that every single time I looked at it, like, I had to immediately look away. It was like somebody was naked in the corner.
Yes.
It was like, don't look. Don't
look.
even go behind the bar. And if you're going behind the bar, you're getting ice.
It better be to get like a tortilla chip.
A tortilla chip. And if someone saw you behind that bar, no.
Jail.
No. I'd rather be sitting on that couch watching the Barefoot Contessa.
And that we did. I think that not drinking in high school especially made my friends for me. Because I was never going to hit like the cool crowd in high school for sure. But there was also like the weird kids who drank. And I didn't even fit into that group.
No, you
didn't. I was hanging out with like the stage crew kids that were doing like anime runs around the courtyard during lunch.
I was, as you can imagine, classic people pleaser. I was making my rounds.
Right.
I was class president, so I was waving. I was going between groups, so I saw it all, and I could have really chose whatever group I wanted to be with, but drinking never chose me.
I mean, you're just like bragging.
I was popular, but I was a loser.
You may think that I'm a zero. My only relationship to alcohol in high school was like through TV and media. And Rachel Berry's house party in Glee formatively shaped my relationship to drinking for the rest of my life.
And did you insert yourself into that party almost?
Well, I almost think that I've grown up into... now I am a Rachel Berry. I host a Rachel Berry house party whenever I invite people over. It's 2 wine coolers, there's a ticket, and karaoke will happen. Yes. And that's the extent of what you can do in my home.
Yep. I will never forget, it's 10th grade. I got a text message. Hey, are you coming over tonight? I'm having a party. My grandma's not home. I'm not kidding. I had full body chills.
This sounds like Euphoria.
Yeah, no, it actually was. I had full body chills. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't hydrate. 1. I didn't eat. I don't know what I was going through that day, but
Well, we talked about your gastrointestinal.
Yeah, I wasn't eating much, but I did get to that party not planning on drinking. I would say within 15 minutes, I was funneling a Four Loko. And I've never had a Four Loko. Can you imagine? First of all, I have acid reflux. Right. So that thing going down my throat, that wasn't easy for that to go down my throat. I'm not kidding. I saw into the next universe.
Oh my God, you hallucinated?
Oh my God, yeah, I hallucinated. I didn't even know what alcohol was.
I want my spiritual enlightenment to happen after drinking a Four Loko.
Yeah.
After funneling a Four Loko.
The watermelon flavor, Joe. Can you talk a little bit more about watermelon flavor Four Loko for me?
No. I have not had...
You had it last week.
That was grape. That was grape. That was a grape Four Loko.
I am so sorry.
I drank my first ever Four Loko this past weekend at 25 years old in the basement of a karaoke bar. It was great.
That's iconic.
It actually... Okay, but the thing is, like, as someone who doesn't have Four Loko trauma, it was delicious. It was, like, to me, a very good cocktail. It was sweet. It got the job done.
I'm not kidding. I don't have any trauma from my Four Loko funneling experience. I would still drink a Four Loko to this day. In high school, there was energy in it. So not only was I drunk, I was bouncing off I thought I was... My heart...
Oh my God.
Oh, you can't even imagine.
I can't imagine. You with a yerba mate is almost too much.
Yeah, you're experiencing that right now, the manicness. Yeah, so I did that, and then I had 4 beers, and that was 10th grade. And then I went home, and my mom was trying to show me, like, the plans for the pool that we never got, but I had an engaging conversation, and I immediately went upstairs, and you can definitely assume what happened there.
Yeah. Where is the class action lawsuit against Four Loko?
It did happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's why they cut the energy.
Class action?
I don't know if it was class action. Like,
I'm always looking to make a buck. I think it took until being maybe 23. Maybe honestly, I think genuinely it took this year for me to feel like I was allowed to walk into a bar. You know, like, I like always was like, God, like, they're going to yell at me. Like, buying alcohol.
The anxiety at the bar? You weren't even talking about the bouncer?
No, I'm talking about like walking up to the bar. Even walking into a bar. So yeah, sometimes bouncer.
Yeah, that makes me sick.
Even just like buying alcohol, I'm always like, fuck, they're gonna get me. I'm 25.
You're 25
I
years old.
look at least 48. I'm 25.
You take out your ID and you're actually sick to your stomach. You're like, oh my God,
they're gonna think it's fake. Well, the thing is, I have a learner's permit, and that's the big moment.
Joe doesn't drive.
I don't, but I'm learning.
He is.
I've been learning. No, I haven't been learning, but I've been learning technically. I've been in my learning era.
Yes.
For 10 years.
But I do love
a full decade.
I do love to drive you around. You know what I mean? And that's probably why we never went to parties either, is because I wasn't going to a party and you weren't going to a party. So what was the point?
Right.
We were just like, I was like coming over 5 minutes down the road saying, hey, let's sit in your basement. I was on BBM. I was judging every single person
we're gonna talk about it.
Who was drinking.
Let's just talk about this.
Let's get it out there.
If you're listening to this,
let's get it out there.
This is your moment to actually like pull up the YouTube video or look at the TikTok, because we're going to talk about actually what I feel should be like in the Library of Congress, this BBM, this munched screenshot. First of all, munched. Do you remember munched?
I remember munched.
Prior to screenshotting, prior to iPhones, every single teenager had a BlackBerry for some reason. You had to download an external app onto your phone to screenshot called Munched. So any screenshot at that time has a big, giant Munched watermark. It was 4th of July weekend. We were 15 years old. Andrew had a vendetta. Andrew had a speech to make. Verbatim, I'm not looking at it, but I can tell you every single part of this is Andrew's status on BBM said, I don't care if you're wasted, you're 15. Angry face emoji. I'm pretty sure it's Andrew texting me and he's like, everyone's status is wasted out of my mind right now. I don't know if they think that's cool, but it's not. Like, this is, again, from memory, but I'm pretty sure it's almost verbatim.
I mean, come on. I am making a personal announcement here and a public announcement, and I apologize to any people that I offended at that moment, but I will say I was angry. And why was I angry? Because I wanted to be there.
Yeah. Of course.
I was upset. I was alone. And the thing is, like, was I wrong? I wasn't wrong, but, like, that was annoying of me to do as well. Well, because people were seeing it.
Yeah. And that brings us on to the whole other subject, which was, like, the judgment of the kids who were drinking. Like, and that was, like, I think probably so much of my teenage years and going into college for me, which is just bizarre, was like judgment of people having fun because I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that I was excluded from having the fun. I just like didn't believe that I was allowed to. Being a good child makes you actually such a fucking little bitch.
Yeah.
Like every single thing, you're constantly looking for you're a cop. When you're a good child, you're a cop.
You are a cop. You're looking for everything wrong with that person, and you're trying to tattle.
Yes.
Tale.
You want to be... Oh, and... Tattletale. I right now, in my head, I'm trying to figure out which one of us is a bigger tattletale. I think it was you.
Wait, I do think it was you. Because... No, the way that you would tattle.
If you talk about the sock, I'm going to lose my mind.
No, I'm not going to talk about the sock, but I will say that like
it did end up in a blowout. I think he went home.
I think I had to go home because I was like, it wasn't me. I didn't draw on your sock.
I was a gaslighter.
It's not fair. And you're like, you literally drew on my sock.
I called you a liar, and then I called you a big fat liar. And I will never forget. You went home, and my mom was so unbelievably mad at me. She like pulled me into my room and was like, you so I'm like, why are you crying? She was like, do you realize like what you just said? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, that like you just really hurt Andrew's feelings. She was like, you're calling him a big fat liar. And I was like, the movie just came out. I'm quoting the movie.
You definitely were tattletaling on me.
To whom?
Your parents. I'm like, I couldn't get away with anything. Like, I couldn't get away with anything without being told on. And the thing is,
oh,
it's like
I know what you're talking about. This is now to look back. Like, you would do anything, and I would, again, I would announce it to the whole room.
The whole room.
But that wasn't even, like, it wasn't even tattletaling. I think now in retrospect, that was me being like, look at how funny Andrew is.
You're right.
But it was like a very backwards, childish way of doing it. But I was like, Andrew just did this. But it was like, I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Someone else please look.
I do forgive you. Like,
thank you.
What was I tattling on for you?
I don't know. I just feel like you were just one of those kids.
I don't think I was even speaking. I don't even think I was telling my parents. Like, I wasn't tattling with my parents. Was I tattling to you?
I feel like you were telling teachers. You were a little teacher's pet.
I was a huge
And so was I, but we went about it
pet.
very different ways.
You're right. The kids were planning, everybody else in the school was planning what the Woods night was going to look like. And I was actually in my English teacher's office begging for extra credit. The Woods was the hot spot for all of the cool kids to go and drink. And did I go to the Woods? Yes. But I didn't go to the Woods until 12th grade.
Yes.
And the Woods, they call it the Woods, but it actually was a bridge that was over the highway. So when there's probably 100 kids on that bridge, thinking that nobody was seeing them, everybody was seeing them, right? So like that was my sickness. That's why I was not going to the Woods.
You were being seen.
I was being seen. It's 12th grade, 100 days till graduation. I'm like, I have to get to the Woods.
Right.
I have to get to the Woods. People are expecting me to show up to the Woods. And I was feeling a little pressure, so I did invite a few friends over, and I said, guys, we're going to the Woods, but I have a game plan. My house is directly on the Woods. We're going to walk through the Woods. I'm going to pack a little drawstring backpack, bring 3 beers, because it's going to be a crazy night. And I'm going to bring a flashlight. Because it's dark out. So we're going through the woods.
Like, just for everyone's reference, I would say that Andrew's house versus where this took place was actually maybe, I'm not even kidding, a minute and a half.
A minute and a half. Yeah, but I had to have a squad with me, and I needed a flashlight.
Yes.
So I'm walking through the woods with a flashlight.
I got all I need because I got
You and I look around me. Anyways, I was carrying this flashlight. I was walking to the woods. I was so nervous because it was my first time ever going.
Right.
I'm flashing this flashlight. All I hear, cops, 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 cops. That was my first introduction to the Woods. Everyone thought I was the cops. And in a way, they were right. Yeah. I was the cops. Right. And I showed up there ready to drink my beers. I probably had all of half of a beer before the cops did show up. And I saw those headlights coming at me. I had a beer right in my hand. I have never thrown that beer quicker in my entire life. I threw that beer and I sprinted for my life. Thank God my parents lit a fire, so I knew how to make my way back.
I would like to now talk about where I was that night, because I was at home just minding my business on Tumblr, as I was every single night of my life, and I saw some helicopters. I saw some cops. I saw a lot happening in the news and media that night about the woods. So what do? I text my best and only friend, Andrew Muscarella, and I say, were you at the woods tonight? And what does Andrew say? No. No, but here's the tea. This is what happened. And obviously...
I don't think I was at the woods that night. Like, physically, I was there, but
you were there, and I have, once again, the BBM Munch screenshot to prove it. The thing about me is I keep a receipt.
You do. And the thing about me is I do lie.
You lie.
I didn't want you to be mad at me.
I guess, again, because I was a good child. I was a cop.
Yeah, you were a cop.
So how could we try? This is just like when we talked about how we never came out to each other.
That's what it was.
Because now, just to pivot really quickly, like, it took me and Andrew, we were in our early 20s when we came out to each other.
Early 20s. We found each other on Tinder.
I mean, we both always knew.
We always do. We were wearing wigs in the 7th grade.
But we still never said anything.
Never said anything.
And then we watched Heartstopper this weekend, and that was the saddest experience of my entire life.
I don't want to talk about what Heartstopper did to me because I have a lot of things to work through.
Like, if I was gay in high school, I probably would have had a Four Loko. Because that was also my fear. I think a lot of my fear about drinking was I was afraid if I drank, I would accidentally do something gay.
Or say something, yeah.
I would say gay.
And it, honestly, like, when you were a little bit buzzed at that age, it would take half a beer, like,
yeah.
In that point, like, it hurt a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, because I was inevitably being called gay. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that when I showed up in the woods, I was in a fluorescent baby blue Vineyard Vines raincoat.
I know it.
And can you imagine, like, that's the first thing that's... And I wasn't small.
You weren't tiny.
I wasn't tiny. So, like, that was the first thing that was being seen by the cops. Not a smart move.
They saw that and said, oh, someone's dad.
Everyone said,
someone's parent.
Muskie, why are you wearing that jacket?
Something I was honestly invited to a lot was a Sweet 16.
Always a Sweet 16.
And I don't know about you, but I constantly felt like the star of the show at every Sweet 16.
Because we were having fun. We knew how to dance.
I was getting like the 16th candle at multiple Sweet 16s.
Oh, see, that wasn't me. I was coming in around 11.
I was always like the boyfriend candle for all of my hags.
Oh my gosh. And what was your feeling when you were getting a candle?
And the Academy Award goes to Joe Hegyes.
Did you walk up, you strut up there and you said, I deserve that candle?
I got up there, I said, because let's talk about it. I'm walking into a Sweet 16. I'm not there for fun. I'm there for work. I know how to network. I know how to please an aunt. You know what I mean? So I'm walking in. I'm not even saying hello to the birthday girl yet.
No.
Because I said, those are her parents.
Yes.
Let me shake her father's hand, give her mother a kiss on the cheek, and say, beautiful venue, beautiful dress. Thank you so much for having me. Your daughter is an incredible person. I'm so lucky to know her. You know, I'm so grateful. I can't believe I'm here.
And you're like, Joe, you're so nice. You're such a good kid.
And then I'm all of this is being said in the thickest Long Island accent on top of a speech impediment.
Yes.
Like they don't hear what I'm saying. It's just like they can tell that the energy is kindness. So yeah, at that point, so I've made my rounds. I've spoken to every single person. I have gotten the eyes on me in the right ways. And then I get up there and I accept my award. And I light my candle.
I'll tell you what you were drinking. A Shirley Temple. You were drinking a Shirley Temple at the Sweet 16, but...
I wouldn't be caught... I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead underage drinking anywhere. I would not be caught dead underage drinking at a Sweet 16.
Ever. And you know what? I felt like I was more the person that was taking care of somebody that was drinking in the bathroom, and I was looking them dead in the face, and I was saying, you better not go out there and act drunk because you are going to ruin Christina's night.
Yes.
And her mother is going to be angry.
Yes.
So you better think about that before you walk out that door.
We were the worst possible person to know. Like, the reason that we still know each other is because we were meeting each other at the same level.
Same level.
I always was really interested as a kid in, like, the Pinnacle Whip, simply because I just, like a dessert. I remember underage drinking one time. To write my college essay, I did...
To write your college essay? Who are you?
Ernest Hemingway.
Oh my
Ernest
God,
Hemingway.
of course.
Because again, I was a Tumblr kid. I remember like the Tumblr quote that was like, write drunk, edit sober. And I was like, if I want to get into NYU Tisch, I need to write a drunk college essay. So this is actually insane. I went into my basement. I remember being on iChat with Jill Webb, our producer. And I did, I think, 6 to 8 shots of Pinnacle Whip.
6 to 8 shots?
That was my first ever drinking experience. I chased the Pinnacle Whip with chocolate Wendy's Frosty. And did I get into NYU Tish?
No.
So was
you were this close.
I was deferred.
I think it was maybe one less shot and like maybe a Gatorade to chase would have been fun.
The Frosty was great. I think I watched like the Royal Tenenbaums after. Okay. That was my entire high school experience.
It sounds like a really nice high school experience.
Yeah, I mean,
talking about your high school experience, like if we're segueing from Sweet 16s, let's talk about parties in general.
Another time I drank.
You talked a big game about never drinking. I think I said that I only drank twice, and you were calling me almost a big drinker. You drank.
First of all, I went to, I think it was 6 proms as a date. Like,
you really were the ladies' man.
I was the ladies' man because you could not feel safer around someone than me. Like,
right.
It was like I wasn't gonna ever offend you. Ever. And on top of that, like, don't worry, I wasn't gonna try anything. I remember like pouring some into my like Diet Coke, looking up and seeing a cop directly in front of me. And thinking again, because this is exactly how I imagined underage drinking, was like the moment alcohol was involved, I was going to jail. So I have a plastic flask in my hand. I look up, eye contact with a cop. There's a friendly grin.
Yeah, he's like, have fun tonight.
Yeah, he's a cop. I'm a white teenager drinking.
Have fun tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
I needed to make a speech, and I was going there to perform. So I was like, I'm gonna steal the show. Today I'm announcing prom king and queen. I can't be blackout drunk.
Right.
That was another moment for me being like, you better perk up because you're nominated. You better perk up because you're getting on that stage. Who the hell did I think I was?
You were talking to the kids who were nominated, telling them to get it together?
Yes. Like, who did I think I was?
You know exactly who you thought you were. 1, 2, 3. Mitt Romney.
I mean, like, say what you want to say about Mitt Romney, and he's not a great person, but he's always been hot. He's always been hot.
No, like, I just think we should immediately pivot. You were in drag, except for the year that we were penguins. Every year of high school, yes. You came to my Halloween party in drag.
And if someone was like, you're gay, I'm like, that, first of all, you can't be saying that, and I'm not gay. Like, I wouldn't be. No, are you kidding?
If you were gay,
because I'm in a wig and a red lip.
Similar to Kim at the Met Gala, you walked in. You were honoring the women who came before you.
Yes. Oh, I embodied them for sure. And we just had a really great time. I think that all of those experiences from high school, from the woods, from everything, kind of created the binge drinker in me. Looking back on it, it is really sad, and I want people to learn. You don't need to binge drink to be cool.
No.
But it did get me to kiss my first girl.
Wait, how old were you for your first kiss?
My first kiss ever, I was 18 years old.
Oh my God.
And I think that was my only kiss until about 23, 4.
Holy shit, Andrew.
I'm only 20. I just freshly turned 26.
And you really then made up for it.
I know.
Last time.
But yeah, it was my first kiss, 18 years old, and I had to be drunk off of my face to kiss her. And let's just say sparks didn't fly.
Right. Okay.
Sparks didn't fly. Miranda Cosgrove didn't write that song for me.
I love that you would say, like, you would hear sparks fly and think Miranda Cosgrove and not Taylor Swift.
Who did it? You hear sparks fly. You're not immediately saying, sparks fly, it's like electricity.
For me, I feel like my first kiss was Sarah Gallo. I'm keeping her name in here.
And you were sober.
I was sober. I was 16. I was in the breezeway. She was going to her bus. I would walk her to her bus. We were dating, and I will never forget. It was actually like this, like, all right, bye, and then we like ran away.
And were you sick to your stomach?
I wasn't like in like an anxiety way.
Yeah.
But then like me and Sarah would like we kissed sometimes. I think it's weird that I had a better relationship to sex than you did up until.
Oh yeah, because I was too busy binge drinking. And I'll tell you one last binge drinking story. The last one. Speaking of drinking and love. It's Valentine's Day. It's my freshman year of college. I'm 18 years old still. I clearly have no plans. I have no romantic interests. Why would I? I drank a little bit too much. I'm not going to put a number on the amount of shots that I did because I remember it.
How many?
I can't publicly say the amount.
Can you whisper it to me? 21.
I stumbled around the dorm room and I knocked on this random girl's door. She let me in. And I said, "Can we talk?" And I sat in that room with her for 3 hours and cried.
This has opened my eyes in immeasurable ways to like just how profoundly sad our teenage years actually were.
They were.
And not because we didn't drink, but because of the chains we kept ourselves in. And for me, yeah, like those started to come off when I was like 22, 23. I really don't think I drank before then. Yeah. And I will never forget visiting you in Boston, making out with a straight woman, locking myself in a stranger's bathroom.
As someone was pissing out the window because they had to go to the bathroom so badly.
Breaking their door handle.
Yep.
Having to get carried home. Throwing up into a bowl.
And that was in part to me saying, Joe, here's the bottle of vodka. I hate to say it. The underage drinkers knew what they were doing.
Yes, at the end of the day, I'm pro underage drinking. At the end of the day, I feel like there is so much teen media that is a hot, sexy 35-year-old who is like going out every night, drinking martinis, having sex, doing drugs.
There are suddenly murders in the town.
There's cults.
There's witchcraft.
There's supernatural elements. And then I got to high school, and you know what there was? There was priests. Where is the show about the boy with the Katniss Everdeen cardboard cutout?
Where's the show with Applebee's half-off apps?
I'm so sick of television not including half-off apps because I actually don't think there is anything that would unify this country more
than a boneless barbecue wing with a side of ranch on television.
It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Like, nothing is more American. I could not possibly leave a cast party without giving a large tip to that waiter.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit with a bunch of kids singing Barnum lyrics and not feel guilt and not feel sick to my stomach.
You're like, I'm so sorry for what we just put you through. Here's a $50 bill.
I was 14 paying it forward. Like, I was stealing from my parents' wallets to pay it forward.
All this conversation, I am starving.
I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry. What is that, Joe?
Yeah, you know it's a combos. You know it's combos.
Pass him over. Okay.
Nothing to me says Italian cuisine more than a pizzeria flavored combo.
And the fact that it's not a pizza flavored combo, it's a pizzeria flavored combo, Joe. It's the whole establishment.
It's homophobia.
Yes.
Why is it that when you walk into a pizzeria, they give you 8 seconds to decide what you want? You stepped in the door.
It's life or death. You
walk up to the counter. You're just getting a glance at what they might offer you.
What do you want?
I'd rather die.
I'll take a grandma slice and a margarita. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, for you to go. Listen, we don't need to get into it, but these combos
I just finished them.
What are you talking about?
I'm really hungry.
Okay, well, let me tell you, these combos are finger licking good. And if there's anything that I do a lot, it's suck these fingers. Don't have a pizzeria? Let's bring the pizza to you. Combos.
Combos. Combos. When you're here, your family. Combos. Step up. Prep up. Speaking of prep, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and leave us a 5-star review.
Send this to your friends. Send this to your mom. Send this to your aunt.
Send this to your gay cousin. I'm sure he'll love it. Yep. Like, absolutely. But at the end of the day, this is Good Children. This is our 2nd episode, and it's been so great to chat with you guys.
Thank you for listening to us, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
You can follow us on TikTok at Good Children Pod. You can follow me on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
You can follow me on TikTok at Andrew_Musky.
You can follow me on Instagram at Joe Hegyes, Hegyes.
At Andrew Muscarella, Muscarella.
And you can follow us for the rest of your lives in the church that we will ultimately create. We'll see you on the internet. We'll see you next week.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.